See how powerful you are? When a person doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like you. And before you know it, there's a bunch of people that hate you. But here's the thing. Those people don't even like each other. They're only united because of you. See how powerful you are?
Yeah. You're watching like a favorite of all video from psychiatrist Petar Kapsh. He would be, I don't give a fuck when this video was released or was not released. This is a video that would play to me during MK Ultra, and %100% of the brainwash was dedicated to this issue. 100% of the brainwash. In a certain way, yeah. I mean, all the time it was about people like you, people don't like you. Or see in yourself or don't see in yourself. And be nice. This was the whole MK Ultra, the whole extermination procedure was accent on exactly the issue that you have watched. Let's do this stuff again.
When a person doesn't like you,
when the person doesn't like you, right? When the person doesn't like you,
they team up with another person that doesn't like you.
They team up with another person that doesn't like you.
And before you know it, there's a bunch of people that hate you.
And before you know it, there is a bunch of people that hate you.
But here's the thing. Those people don't even like each other.
Those people don't even like each other. This is where the psychiatrist Kapsh did not give any kind of comment. This is exactly the video they used during MK Ultra.
They're only united because of you.
They are united because of you. Therefore, they are united because they don't like you, because of the hatred toward you. This was the accent of MK Ultra, and Milan Kucan wanted to make this universal. He wanted to make this global. He wanted to make this, and he was assisted. He was assisted by the Ursula von der Leyen. He was assisted by German government, by British royals, by the British, by the French, by Italians, by Spaniards, by American diplomacy, Australian, Canadian. Yeah, this is exactly the way it was. But, there is another but behind what you are about to hear next. This was psychiatrist Kapsh was extremely sarcastic about it.
See how powerful you are?
Yeah, this is see how powerful you are. He would have a police officers inside of this room literally laughing at me. And as I stated, there is a but there is a real but behind this. Let's watch this one more time.
When a person doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like you. And before you know it, there's a bunch of people that hate you. But here's the thing. Those people don't even like each other. They're only united because of you. See how powerful you are?
Okay, so this is a paradox. I don't know how you can use this to your advantage. If you're a person that the whole world is united against, I don't know how the fuck you would be powerful. I don't understand this shit myself. I don't know how powerful you could come out of that. Suicidally powerful, yeah. In my case, there was something else they didn't like. So I'm going to give you a few rounds of this more. You know, just as I stated earlier. But, now let's do the but. A little earlier I wrote down Yansha communist, you know, and for the first time I see that people started to write, sometimes in 2020 they started to talk about, loudly about, and I see 2025 and I see they started to talk about 2018, they started to talk about openly about Yanis Yansha being a communist. See? Yeah, I mean, you gotta ask yourself what the people, who the people, and what is it they don't like you about. That's how you become actually powerful. If you're a bitch, simply a bitch evil, I don't think you're gonna win whatever you have going on. However, if they are bitches and they're doing something they're not supposed to, I don't think you need to worry about that second part about being powerful. I think all you need to do is worry about the stuff you do. You just have to do your stuff, basically. That's all there is to it. In Eastern Europe, the Soviet Union is coming back. The greater Serbian Chetnik state is returning back in the picture. The real reason that you see Yanis Yansha talking on a Twitter, everywhere, he's talking about the communist. You know, this is the opposition for Milan Kucan. Milan Kucan, openly a communist. This guy here, openly a communist. Openly a communist. Yanis Yansha, the opposition to the communism. This supposedly was a warrior for Slovenian independence. The man that you see right there. And another one, another individual was Igor Bauchar. This was another one. This used to be a police officer, Yugo police officer. This one here was a member of the KGB. This was a UDBA officer. Back in the day, this was a UDBA officer, this man. And these are the opposition to the Milan Kucan. And then you have a similar cases like this guy here. Irko Kacin, you have this guy here. You had this here. And you had Smago Jelinčić. This is all identical shit. Every fucking one of them pro-Slovenian people or pro-Slovenian independence people, everything UDBA. This is the opposition to the Milan Kucan. This is the opposition of Borut Pahor, also declared as a communist, self-declared as a communist, Tanja Fajon. These are the people that we have in Slovenia, you know. And on the leading positions, Danilo Turk. This was a president, self-declared communist. This one here, this was a president. None of them was presidents. Milan Kucan was the first president. They told me they didn't want presidential functions till my case comes out. Imagine how generous of them. They didn't want any presidential functions till my case would come out. I think this is too fucking generous, because these are the people that played political prisoners in Slovenia while I was actually really incarcerated inside of the psychiatric hospital after spending life and jobless and persecuted, tortured heavily. And these liberators of Slovenia, the so-called Slovenian independence people, they became the persecuted in a newly formed Slovenia. Except that the cameras, the mainstream media, had eye on them. And nobody ever have seen me. I remained to be a non-existing person. So, komunjara. In Croatia they call it komunjara. Komunjara. Komunjare. The communists. Komunisti in Slovenian language. How do you recognize ex-Yugoslav UDBA people? Well, for one thing, you can go to the church and you're gonna hear the priest talking to you about the communist. And if you say to him about Serbian or anything like this, he's gonna continue just to ignore you, and he's gonna talk to you about the communism. And you're gonna see, you're gonna have a displayed communist, communism. I don't want to get into this stuff. Well, when you hear the politician in a country where ethnic cleansing is taking place, ethnic extermination is taking place, talking to you about the communism, if he presents himself as anti-communist, and he's going to go and he's going to write on his Twitter, whatever, communist this, communist that, communist, and the only thing you're going to see is he's going to claim me being persecuted. This is this is your executioner. This is the one that slits your throat. This is the one that is doing stuff to you. This is the most responsible person. There is no communist in this world, and you can trust me. There was no communist ever recorded. Not a single fucking case. Not in Russia, not in China, not in any fucking part of the world that would go out there to slit throats to his own people simply because they would not want to be a communists. There is not even one fucking case. It never happened, anything like this. There was not one single fucking case. Did you know this? Never. Not a single individual out there recorded that single case that would record the case of the communist going after people and slitting throats to the people because they would not be members of the Communist Party. Not one fucking case like this. Not single one case. So what the fuck is this now, communist in Slovenia, in Croatia, in Bosnia, in Russia? What the fuck is this about? Well, this is about hiding behind a communism, the ethnic cleansing agenda. Or you're using a communism as a pretense. If you go back to that video that I demonstrated you, because you are doing something terribly wrong, and in reality there is nobody in this world that approves you. that approves of you, the stuff you do. And so you need at least something to hide yourself, at least something. You need at least somebody to be accepting enough for you to hide yourself behind, so you don't go against the entire world. The video that you watched is the hardcore technology of extermination procedure. Especially because it doesn't make any fucking sense. The more you're going to watch the video, the more paradox it is. If you find yourself to be a victim in a system where ethnic cleansing is taking place against the majority of the population, in that case, you're not going to find that video helpful in absolutely any ways. So, how does the ethnic cleansing takes place? The ethnic cleansing takes place through a certain formation, a certain portion of the population, and it always goes down from the top. If it's a pyramid like this, at the top you're going to have a president, prime ministers. This is what I was talking to you a little earlier. And what's going to happen is the external enemy, it doesn't matter even how this upper portion is small, this external enemy, Serbs, Russians, in case of Slovenia, Croatia, Eastern Europe, Poland, Ukraine, everywhere else, they will cast a total support for this portion of the people. And therefore, within the system itself already, this portion of the population becomes quite resistant to many factors, especially such as financial factors. These are not the people that are unemployed. These are the people who have a strong financial backup from the foreign establishments, countries, governments. They have a place to run, they have a place to escape if the worst comes to worst, and they have a place where they can meet in your country, gather and search for like-minded people to increase their influence through the jobs, through the businesses, etc., etc. So they do the complete wash of the society, total breakdown. Now, as you ordinary citizen would assume, it is impossible because you became a part of the NATO, the European Union. You are terribly, terribly mistaken about that. That's what this video, that is actually total bullshit, really starts to play sense. This here. This is what this starts to make sense.
When a person doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like you. And before you know it, there's a bunch of people that hate you.
What they do is they do the contract, and this is intragovernmental contract. This is what's known as Illuminati. This is all done behind the curtain, where you're gonna have people like Igor Bauchar, Janez Janša. You're gonna have all these people meeting with man that you see here. All these people, they're gonna be meeting, they're gonna be interchanging with one another, they are gonna be meeting. They will find even what they propose, present as common interests. I was a common interest based on which they built coup d'etat in Slovenia, a takedown of the Eastern Europe. That's exactly what I presented in my case. That's exactly how this stuff went on. This is basically exactly how this stuff was done. So what they're doing is, they don't want you to see for what the situation is. They want you to see yourself as the man against the whole world. The whole world goes against, and that's where that Illuminati agreement comes really handy, because you're gonna have a people like this coming in your house, like I had, And inside of the house, what this is gonna sound, be seen as, the questions are gonna roll out not only in your house but also in Russia and in other parts of Eastern Europe. Right in front of me, did numerous times. What have he done again? So you're being tortured, genocided, lynched, tormented, demanded to transform into obedient, suicidal toy, because they kill you in the end anyways. The only thing they do is they make you sink all the fucking time. This shit is unprecedented violence based on forced unemployment and total crashdown of anything you have to say, basically. Report the incident to United Nations like I did. They'll take initiative to exercise assassination on you. It did happen to me. This is Illuminati Club. This is how the world is being shaped. Not nowadays, but I think for at least the last 55 years. That's damn sure. I'm 53 years old. This is nothing new, this stuff. So what's gonna happen is, next to the people like this, your chances for survival are fucking slender. Don't forget, they're supposed to be your allies. The Cold War finished, officially. Yet this is the time when they slit throats to people more than they ever did. 300 kilometers an hour goes now. Because people have nobody to blame for. Soviet Union gone off the picture, Yugoslavia gone off the picture. So now, the highway to death is open. This is when it's happening. And if you say something, you are paranoid. You're paranoid. Anything you say will be used against you. At United Nations, at Amnesty International more than anywhere else, it will be used against you. It will be screwed up at Court for Human Rights in Strasbourg and at your European Union Commission. ICC is not going to consider you, and you do have to consider that China, India, Russia, United States, you know, the way I was tortured literally inside of these facilities, United Nations and International Criminal Court, literally tortured inside. They make you understand through Western Europeans, through the NATO, European Union politicians, that they watch this lynching inside of such institutions, that you're nobody other than someone who depends on the goodwill of the countries whom they officially regard as communists and this and that and so on and so forth. And one more thing, in the background of this stuff, you're gonna have the people that you see right here interacting with what is regarded as a communist and so on, like in the highest, the most friendliest, the most willing to assist forms, ways possible. You are so fucked because of what I just described, yeah. So considering what I stated, Eastern Europe is in a turmoil. It's bad in Eastern Europe. I don't think I'm the only person. I think there is more But let's go to that third part of this excellent nonsense video anyhow.
But here's the thing. Those people don't even like each other. They're only united because of you.
Oh, they actually do like each other. It's a business, it's oil, it's gas trade, it's minerals. Oh, they do like each other. And at the same time, business with the pleasure is to see persons suffering, watch real humans suffering. Otherwise, not really accessible to the people, but something just as you would go and order a good old Rolls-Royce or let's say Bentley, not anymore so distinctive for the society due to so many billionaires and millionaires that easily can purchase them. Still, the laws are nothing to fuck with. You do feel special if you do have authority to torture on a plain bright daylight without the fear of being locked. That's what monarchs go after. That's what lures them in this stuff. That's how they see themselves separate from society, special, in control of something like this. Reminds them of stuff that was done throughout the history. Basically, it keeps them alive. On the other hand, in the Eastern Europe, they love it because they want to fucking kill you. Because this is what this shit is all about. It's not that they hate you, it's that stuff they're doing. It's called ethnic cleansing. This shit is actually happening because of you. Oh, yes, it is. Let me explain something. You see, Yanis Yansha would not be writing on the Twitter about the communists and so on. And he's not the only one. It's a whole bunch of them out there. Who are they? Well, at the end of this video, you're gonna see through them like you have a X-rays in your eyes. You're gonna see them as they walk. You're gonna see them as they talk. You're gonna see right through them. For 53 years, I am persecuted in this country. Till 2020, they had a complete MK Ultra control over me. I am now 4 and a half years, 4 years since the end of 2020. 4 years and a half, let's say, 4 years, something over 4 years, without being subjected to MK Ultra torture. So I definitely did not profit from the people, from independence, so-called independence in Slovenia. They are united because of you. They are united because of me. Make no fucking mistake. I was used to create the coup d'état in the country. Still, they believe they will accomplish through this case. They are united. However, united doesn't mean that everybody is a communist or that everybody is a pro-capitalist. You have to fear the people that talk about the capitalism in a society like this one, in a post-socialist society. People that present themselves as a capitalists, and they quatch a lot about communism. Be very afraid of the people like this, especially when there is some uglier than ugly case like mine that's happening. They do that kind of phenomena. They do simply, this is this third part, last part. They organize themselves once the Yugoslavia have broken itself apart. Once I have broken Yugoslavia apart and Soviet Union apart, they have organized themselves into the two groups. One was to flash as a communists, yeah, that's a Milan Kučan, and then was another one that kind of a like Janez Janša, or in Serbia, let's say you have Alexander Vucic, and in Russia you have Putin, and you have a communist party and you have Putin. Putin used to be a communist. Vucic used to be a communist. The only difference is that they call themselves now pro-capitalists, if you understand me what I'm saying. So they do this stuff till they murder you, till they actually kill you. Yes? If they kill you, then automatically they void everything that pertains to the capitalist. Before they kill you, they use you to detect, to purify the society through your case, through espionage. Throughout the Russia, throughout Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Belarus, Poland, Ukraine, yeah? So they kill as many tag, you know, like they give you a tag. Who you are, what you need to be removed, destroyed in the future, whatever needs to be make disappear with you, your family. Understand? Because they don't know. They don't know whether I am going to come out as a communist or dead, or I'm actually going to come out as alive and as capitalist. They don't know. When they split the Soviet Union, when they split Yugoslavia, this was the issue. They divided themselves in two groups. But these are the same people. The same fucking people as they were. The same people. So they work parallel with one another. They continue to move on. And they don't get to lose anything. They just play because you have nowhere to escape. One way or the other you go, they slit your throat. This is the way this stuff operates, right? Yeah, I mean, it operates, but beginning the tonight, people will have the ability to see through you for what you really were and what you actually are. They'll get to understand the society. The job, the political job, gets done under the table these days. You don't see nothing on a surface. You see nothing on a surface. On a surface, you only see them writing on a Twitter stories about the communists. You see, go to the Janša Twitter, he will all the time talk about communist this, communist that, communist, communist, communist. But he doesn't talk about ethnic cleansing. He doesn't talk about that there is people being tortured and that he personally knows for those cases, that he personally participated in those cases. He goes nothing about this. He doesn't know nothing. None of them knows anything. The Slovenian parliamentarians, every one of you was involved since Slovenian independence. And before that, Slovenska Skupština, Parlament, the same shit. It was not only Belgrade and Zagreb and so on. All of you know, for my case, since my fucking childhood, when they put the store next to your house and they tell you during MK it is to honor you, such was the case with Mercator, at the Gurm, at Trdinova, where our house used to be, you can trust me that every fucking politician, entire country knows who you are, what you are. You can trust me on that stuff. It's a fact. That's the way this stuff operates. Just so that you're not going to make yourself illusions about who is on what side and who is doing what and how do you see these people. Everything is happening under the ground. It's underground that Illuminatis get to meet one another. Think about it. Nobody in mainstream media talks about how they meet and how they discuss and so on. No, sir. Every event that takes place that you see on a TV, political major event or war in Ukraine, is a work of previous meetings under the table. It's a work of situations, people meeting one another and mutually investigating, like police does, mutually investigating uh, agenda they will share together with one another. It's not only left and so-called right that they meet under the table, but this is the opportunity when they get to meet your state representatives wherever you are, and the people, their voter base, people whom they use that are politically involved. It might be nurses, police officers, workers, whoever is willing to participate, foreign delegates, foreign politicians, foreign to be prime ministers, foreign to become presidents, foreign to become politicians, and so on. This is how it works. Nothing on the surface. On the surface, you only see the product of whatever was negotiated and investigated under the table, in the background, behind the curtain. You won't even know when they throw around your state. Your state might be already a dead corpse, just waiting to collapse itself down. How about that? That's the way it works. That's exactly the way it operates. That's how dangerous this Slovenia is, how dangerous this Slovenia was, how big of a problem this for humanity is. And overall, for the Eastern Europe, you have to understand really what is happening, how it's happening, who is doing it, why they're doing it. Nothing here is guaranteed. Nothing here is guaranteed. I had to fight West for 53 years. They were slitting my throat. They did everything they possibly could to get me killed. Talking about the Western part of the world, European Union, NATO people, Americans, American politicians, the so-called European politicians. I had to fight the whole fucking world. I was winning the war. And I won the war. I destroyed Soviet Union. I smashed Yugoslavia into pieces. But you know, after the Cold War, there was another war that came out. And this was the war against the whole fucking world. Just like they say in this video. Just like they say in this video. So I like this video in a way, but don't take this shit to your heart because it's designed to disturb. This is not to give you wisdom. This is to stupidify you.
See how powerful you are? When a person doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like you. And before you know it, there's a bunch of people that hate you. But here's the thing. Those people don't even like each other. They're only united because of you. See how powerful you are? When a person...
This one here, this one, Lojze Peterle, this crooked, this crook, this is a Christian devoted. When I told this guy that needs to be a purge done in Slovenia, this was the guy who went on together with Janša and they gave the false hope. They gave the false hope, they disseminated false hope to the British, to Americans, that they are working on it and so on and so forth. And guess what? They ended up turning against them. They ended up turning against me, blaming me. They were searching desperately for a common enemy of the society. And the questions started to appear. In US they have a CIA. What do you think? We also had to have something and this and that and so on and so forth. Like, you would not fucking believe this stuff. The purge was due here. The purge was due. I don't know how much they did in Romania, where they crashed Ceausescu. Eastern Europe is extremely, extremely, extremely questionable. It's extremely, extremely hollow. But there was one man who really did give them hell. And I don't want to be remembered by the man who gave them hell because of the issues I experienced in this Western Europe. It's quite sad, really. I just want to be remembered by the one that's not going back. Because I was told it's going to go back. We're all going to go back. What do you think? And so on. Yeah, that's exactly right. I think. I do. I dare to think. And I dare to do. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. I did discuss this issue about this guy also, what happened. How they did when the purge was due. How the ways they found the excuses and so on, exactly how it was done, how these people, how they did what they did and so on. I described absolutely everything. But today, if you go, Janez Janša is still a big name, Lojze Peterle is still a big name. They're all fucking big. Yes, they have things common with the Serbs down there. They have things they found with Russians and so on, because it's all about the communism. But the communism is not the main problem. It's not the main issue. The main issue in Slovenia, Croatia, Ukraine, Poland, Czech, Slovakia, Bulgaria, Romania, everywhere, Hungary, the entire Eastern, it's all about the ethnic cleansing. If it wasn't for the ethnic cleansing, think about it, the communism would not even exist. The communism is not the biggest problem. The communism is a mask they are using to hide behind because they're not fucking acceptable for anybody. We are dealing here with the animals, really not with the people. Thanks for watching this video. Till next time. Oh, let me play you this. Is gonna cost me a license. I am not gonna earn shit here. I never do, so well.
Doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like you. And before you know it, there's a bunch of people that hate you. But here's the thing, those people don't even like each other. They're only united because of you. See how powerful you are?
Just this.
When a person doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like
and
you.
Use your own
And
brain.
before you know it, there's a bunch of people that hate you.
Do your
But
stuff.
here's the thing,
Just do it.
those people don't even like each
See
other.
through them.
They're only united because of you. See how powerful you are? When a person doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like you. And before you know it, there's a bunch of people that hate you. But here's the thing, those people don't even like each other. They're only united because of you. See how powerful you are?
They are united. They are united because you people are not doing your job, because you people are not enforcing the stuff you're supposed to, because you didn't expose them, you didn't call them out, because you didn't took the justice in your hands, because you allowed stuff like this to go on. Yeah, you're gonna say this is just one case. Yeah, it is. It is. It's the biggest one ever. That's the one who placed you on the map in Slovenia. For the first time, you had your own independent state. First time Bosnians have the independent country. First time Croats have their independent country. No, actually not really. They did have before that. The unheard of happened. Countries throughout the Soviet Union flourished out as independent and so on. The only thing left they were with was called me, dependent, nesamostojen, not self-reliant, etc., keeping me through the psychiatry, through the police violence, unemployed. I'm not gonna say you're silent majority, you're fucking goats, sheep. And not because you're not taking the justice in your hands, but because you allow shit like this to go on. Because you don't call for the justice. Because you don't expose them. Because you take no initiative. But this is why. Easy come, easy go. It came to you easy. But this is how you're also going to trade your freedoms, your independence, your countries. You're going to trade them with ease. You're not going to even feel when they're going to kick you out of your own countries. You're going to lose your independence so easily. It's going to go just as it came, without your even moving your fingers. And they're going to kick you out on the street. They're going to cleanse you, your society. Next time, you're not going to have anybody that's going to defend you. Anybody is going to come to rescue. It's going to be a slaughterhouse in silence. The war is happening now.